is Foxxyboi talking to me.
Why the fuck are you Stitch?
Well, I'm not Stitch. I'm species inspired.
Elaborate.
So the experiment species are 600 little gremlins. 600 or so, give or take, is according to the lore. But because the design is very consistent and has kind of a specific design structure, you can extrapolate that and make your own, which is exactly what I did.
Okay, so you're Stitcharoo. So
Yeah,
where's the kangaroo?
it's in the butt. Like, I got that
Okay.
kangy tail. And I got a, well, not on this avatar, but I usually have a pouch.
Okay. All right. Yep. Yeah. Because this is
And then the long ass ears.
Mm-hmm.
And then the extended snoot.
And the bite taken out of the ear.
That is actually just a callback to my very first persona that I had beforehand.
And that was. I'm here for this.
Mhm. I'm not sure if that is for polite conversations in a furality setting.
This isn't furality.
If it's not going to be part of furality, my original persona was, and that fursuit was the first fursuit to have a heart shape cutout on the butt. So the heart here is a callback to the heart that was on the butt of my other character.
I see.
Because even though I've moved on from, they're still part of the ecosystem.
I see.
And it's a bit of a sad tale. Not in any like lore wise, but like when I was growing up, I like, especially in like high school and stuff like that, I really loved the Tank Girl comic books.
Oh,
like
by Jamie Hewlett?
I think so. That sounds right. Punk, post-apocalyptic, everything's to shit in the outback, whatever. But they had these really cool kangaroo monsters. They weren't like humans turned into kangaroos. They weren't like, anything like that. They were just punks who were kangaroos. And it was fucking awesome.
Right.
So I tried to make my own version of that, and I threw in like what, like, the question is, what if it was prehistoric? So we had like saber teeth, and he was patterned like a thylacine. Thylacine, the Tasmanian tiger that's extinct.
Thank you, because I couldn't remember what that fucking was.
Yeah. So, it's crazy, but I was a shitty artist. Always have been, probably always will be. I could draw a little, but I haven't drawn in forever. But I was really bad at drawing in high school, and so I can never get the concept across. So it never came out as punk as I wanted. It never came out as good as I wanted, as kangy, as saber-toothed menace as I wanted. But yeah. So that's kind of like that's one of the reasons why I moved away from because like I just could not get the translation over.
That's fine. So, but you've drawn your identity here in the digital space from existing creatures.
Several, yeah.
Several. I mean, so what draws you to identify with those said pre-existing creatures?
I mean, yeah, on one hand you do got me. It is shorthand rather than doing everything whole cloth. But I have a lot of like personality traits that I feel are very close to sources of the characters that I chose. Stitch, mainly because like smarter than a supercomputer, yet extremely gremlin energy.
Mm-hmm.
is kind of one of those two things. I'm smart sometimes, and whatever. Uh, I've never had to actually like law and order myself this hard. Dun, dun.
Well, I'm just,
Um,
I'm trying to dive deep into some of the psyche behind it. For me, when I chose my being, or as cringy as I like to think, the fursona,
your
it was
pinkness.
it was a combination of, I found an avatar that worked. It had a face cam on it. It had some technical stuff. It happened to be pink, and then as
Face
time
cam?
yeah, I had Jace cam. This was back.
Oh, the little mirror floaty
Yeah,
thing.
this is before default VR chat thing. And for me, it was okay, this works. So I'm sticking with it. And then people started identifying me with that. And then at one point or another, I lost my controller. The right controller popped or exploded. And so I ran around for a couple of months without an arm.
With just one
With one controller. I was that dedicated to
I'm
the
surprised
thing.
that worked.
It did, and it didn't work very well. And this was about 3 or 4 years ago, and then
Oh wow.
just by happenstance
In
for
VR
me,
chat?
yeah, for my persona, it's been a creation. It's been just
First,
okay. So I think I hate it. I think I hate the word persona. I mean,
okay. Let us all agree that we will use Brony Sona from now on.
Oh, fuck you. I mean, sincerely. It's already cringe-inducing that we're animal people, and then to say fursona on top of that. Hey, every pony. Ugh, fuck this shit. I hate this. I hate that.
Just hey. That's really funny.
I mean, let's not beat around the bush here. Most people in our community, the furry community, are already cringe-inducing as it is. So I get.
What, you don't want to crawl across the floor in your baggy ass pants?
No, and I don't want to piss in the fucking ball pit. God damn it.
No, that's DashCon. Ball pit is DashCon.
Does it matter? I'm sure if there was a ball pit at any other fur con, whatever bullshit, there's somebody's pissed in it.
DashCon was Internet TrollCon.
So, okay, you've got to be coming from my same demographic here. You were raised on an internet where furries were just not acceptable. Has that not affected you?
I was raised on an internet where you had to make sure nobody was on the phone so that you could get online.
Yes. I also suffered from that as well, and all I wanted to do was get into the
forums.
Yes.
Yes, IRC chat and various forums, various artist websites, because there wasn't like Fur Affinity, there wasn't an E621, there wasn't a large. We had VLC. We had the VLC, and I can't remember. No, pardon me, VCL. It was VCL, and I cannot remember for the life of me what VCL actually stood for. If I Googled it, I could look it up. I'm not going to Google it. No. It was an art gallery.
Oh.
It was an online art gallery that you could submit your art to, and it was one of the first of its kind for furry art. But there were no search features. There were no anything. It was just like a list of hyperlink names, and then you click it, and then it kind of expands with picture.
I see.
It was super rudimentary. There wasn't any social media aspect to it. MySpace was barely out the door. Actually, thinking about it, Tom didn't want to be our friend at that point. Like, MySpace wasn't a deal as of yet. That came later, because MySpace came about when I was in. Man, it's hard to piece this together, because I know when I was in high school, that's the albino black sheep days. That's when you got like the Numa guy and I'm a kitty cat and I dance. Like the good times of the internet.
Where
Um,
things were immensely funny, even though they were very rudimentary.
back when back when 4chan was a decent website because it delivered memes, and that was the entire point of 4chan was it delivered memes. That's it. Ah, internet was so much of a glory day back then.
It
As
was.
far as like furry hate, media was furry hate. It wasn't as much internet. So it was like your journalists, your 4 o'clock news agency,
Well,
your publicated magazines.
I
There was
guess
very
I mean
little internet.
I get the media at the time, and still at the time at our current moment is still iffy on us, if you catch my drift. But I guess I was just in a part of a different internet where it was more public or more surface level. You know, I was on the 4chan B forums, and you know, I was also, you know, trolling around on Newgrounds and all those MySpace and all those different places. And I didn't really come out as a furry, or at least online. I still don't tell people in the real space because they don't need to fucking know that shit. I didn't find myself until I joined VRChat. So I was not in a safe space ever. You know,
Ah,
were you?
well, you're in a safe space now.
I'm in a safe
Um,
space now as I post
I
shit
was
to the
I
internet.
was I was in rural Kansas at the part. So like finding my identity as a bisexual male in rural Kansas like already is not a safe space. I started hanging out with furries online, um, and I've associated myself with the furries kind of since then. But I've always been fairly open about it. Like I walked downtown, like in the small podunk town, in my fursuit with a bunch of friends. It didn't end well. Um,
What do you
that's a
mean it
story
didn't
for
end
another
well?
time.
No. This
Someone
time
tried
is
to light me on
now.
fire.
Oh, was it your furry friends or
need
just a regular dude?
No, just some random dude. But it wasn't so much look at the furry, it was more much look at the faggot. Um so, good times. People are great. Human beings are loving, wonderful creatures, and if you're an alien from outer space, never fucking come here.
Or or land in Antarctica. um,
Shit.
well, okay, so yeah, I get it. I get it. You know, like I'm sorry that you dealt with IRL hate. You know, for me, I have always been wary of the internet hate because it's a bigger mob. Being called fur fag, yeah, now it is. I mean, still early 2000
Oh,
fur fag, fuck you. Yeah, it's now dumb. It is dumb. The only furry hate I get on any of my YouTube channel comments is by a 12-year-old, right?
yeah. Yeah.
It's never, but 10, 15 years ago, it was everybody. It was anybody of any age, and they were willing to dox you and do other things as well. And
Well,
so,
so I once again, we can't talk about a bunch of stuff. However,
hold on, let me fix your
during
face.
one of my during one of my escapades, because like I was doing content creation way before content creation was like a thing and was profitable.
Uh-huh.
Um, and part of this content creation got me a lot of attention from a lot of weird places. But as far as like hate is concerned, there was an entire church in, I believe, Louisiana, if I remember right, who made an entire website that deemed me as the Antichrist. And it was their entire like religious organization ordained by God to deliver safety from the Antichrist, i.e., me. So like when it comes to like internet stuff, I've been tempered in flames and hardened to a fine steel blade.
So does it not bother you now?
That? No, I find that actually really fucking hilarious. I mean, how many other furries can say that they're ordained by God as the Antichrist? Like,
Well, a lot of people in VR chat would claim that, but that's because they have social problems.
but like it was just I've even had one guy who saw my content and said, because I saw your content, according to my religion, we must get married now. That was an awkward that was an awkward
Wow.
situation. Yeah. Oh man, I miss making that content.
I mean, congratulations. I mean, I've always
the
wanted to be
thing
the Antichrist.
the thing that bothers me the most now is the furry hate that's driven from within the community itself. Like outside coming
Ah,
in, okay, cool, fuck you guys. You don't know what you're talking about.
right.
Get the fuck out of here. But when it's like us fighting each other, it sucks. And it's all regardless of accusations, regardless of truth of accusations, regardless of any of those, it is 90% always somebody who is spurned, who is trying to go after somebody else. It's always
Right.
somebody who is not doing it for good reasons. It's always a
Malicious intent.
malicious intent every time, and it's like one of those things. It's like the thing with James Gunn when he was working for Marvel. He was just finished the second Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Somebody drudged up tweets that he did in like 2002 or whatever,
Mhm.
where he cracked a off-color joke, and yeah, it's terrible. It's horrible. The shouldn't have done it, but it's from like 2002, and
Right.
people
And that
change a
and
lot
and not to
between those
mention,
times.
you know, culture and comedy and stuff like that
Right,
evolves. I mean, Tom
right.
Green was the height of comedy at one point, and that
Oh
dude
God.
is annoying as fuck.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
Do not like that guy.
okay, but okay. There is okay. I like this concept that you kind of brought up. It's this furry group. This circle fights within the circle,
Yeah,
and
we don't get a knife or a chain between us either. It sucks.
no, and I mean like I just don't. You know the one of my popcorn things I like to do is go on
Popcorn
you
thing.
yeah watch stuff that you eat popcorn to and you don't really give a shit about, right? You're not
We haven't watched movies together.
okay. Besides that, popcorn is, and you keep eating it and consuming it, and you don't think anything about it, right? It's not a steak dinner. You're not enjoying it. You're just doing it, right? Okay.
I mean, I enjoy popcorn.
Okay, fuck. I love watching YouTube drama videos. Mizkif Emiru situation. Penguin Zero lays into Pyrocynical. It doesn't matter, whatever it is, it's just garbage. To me, it's garbage. It's not important. But at the same time, these major players are talking about other major players. But then you get to the furry community. And let's be very clear, the furry community is very small. It's very small.
Mm-hmm.
And they all call out one another about whatever thing. Some of it justified, some of it not. However, when these big players call out the other player, for example, Penguin Zero or Moist Critical calling out
I don't know who any
Sneeko,
of those are.
don't worry about it. He destroyed Sneeko's career, right? Okay, that's fine. But you get these little furry community people, they're like, this person is a horrible person, and they have all this evidence, and yet that furry person goes, oh, okay, and then continues. That's the trend I see more often than not.
Continues.
continues to be a present online. They still have their same fan base. They don't see any true repercussions. That's what I'm noticing.
I'm actually very conflicted on that because I do believe that people can learn and change.
Mm-hmm.
There are horrendous stuff that flies against this. For a lot of stuff though, somebody does something like egregious at a party, like oh no, they went as blackface. That is horrifying and terrible. They can learn not to do that. They can learn to be a better fucking person. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's just one of those things where like time I think is good. But I don't like that we're in such a knee-jerk reactionary culture at the moment that we allow people to just power wash everything off of the internet that disagrees with them or makes them uncomfortable. I'm not really putting good words to my explicit opinion just because like I see it too often where like something terrible happens but it's not something that they couldn't learn from but it's the end of the fucking world and everybody must shun them and everybody must get off the internet and blah 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 blah. It's like shit, what happened to giving people like a little bit of grace to fucking learn from a mistake if they can?
Maybe.
Or another
Go ahead.
Or another thing where if it's something that's like egregiously illegal, why is it the community's job to jump on that person and not actual fucking authorities?
So
right?
I think within the furry community, it's an interesting point
Because if
where
it's not
if
it's not going to the authorities and it's a he said she said bullshit and it's just one of those things where it's just fucked.
True, but there has to be some policing within the community itself. Like, furries are the first people to kick out people that are animal abusers or pedophiles, right? We're the first to kick them out because, it's a reflection upon us or fascists. Not as much as I would like to think they would, but yes.
Sometimes it's hard with that though. Like
it's hard to find those people and call them out.
I'm trying to think of a way because there's a current ongoing situation that
speak around it. How
do I not sound like a jerkbag making excuses for things? But there are nuances to some situations that people may not understand because they come from different areas and different cultures. For instance, I could think of something here right now in Kansas and in Missouri. Kansas and Missouri. We are the armpit of the United States. It sucks here. Things always suck here. From alcohol to driving to whatever. All the laws suck here. They all suck. And there are two laws right now. Two laws. Age of consent and marriage. Age of consent and marriage. In Kansas, age of consent, I believe, is 16.
Okay.
In Missouri, you could get married at the age of 13.
Disgusting.
It is absolutely fucking horrible. It is absolutely fucking horrible. But it is legal. And it's like one of those things where it's all like, how you can't.
I see what you're getting at. I see what you're getting at. Like, it is awkward and disgusting to me that Leonardo DiCaprio who is somewhere in his, I maybe 50, dumps women when they're over the age of 25. But as far as I know, he's never dated anyone underage, and yet I still find it disgusting. So what? How is this referring to the furry community on its whole? Are you saying that like there are disgusting things to you in the community, but technically it's the legal or whatever? What are you trying to get at here?
I'm saying that there is a gooey, uncomfortable gray area that is never really taken into account other than hard knee jerks burn it all down. And there are people that I know at least that have gotten kind of in the blowback of a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just one of those things where it's like, I don't know. I think people react too harshly a lot of times. I think people go with mob rule more so than logic rule.
I do see that. I do see more
And part of it
mob rule, but I also
part of it too
yeah.
is me worrying about myself because in my furry history, I've been around for a long time and I've done a lot of stuff that, at the time of the culture was awesome. But I know in 5, 10, 15 years,
It'll be perceived
if
differently.
if the super alt-right, hyper Puritan, everything unholy must
Right.
be scrubbed from the internet, I know that's coming for me. The I don't want to see the Antichrist church people win.
I don't either.
And I worry that this mob rule, this knee-jerk reactionary is scrubbing the internet too hard with the wool brush and bleach that they're, catching a lot of stuff that they shouldn't.
I think you and I are also thinking on two different planes. I think you're thinking in a larger spectrum, and I'm thinking in a more immediate, smaller spectrum. I see the mob mentality with creators and stuff like that in our area, and they'll get hate for a couple of months, and then they'll be fine, and they'll go back to playing field number one. And I just I don't know how to handle some of that.
I'm not Yeah, I don't know the exact specifics of a lot of stuff. And I mean,
Well,
granted,
yeah,
I'm
I'm
not
speaking
really
in generalizations here, not trying to point fingers
Yeah.
at specific people that I dislike.
And I'm I'm also not in a lot of very furry circles. I'm pretty super narrow in who I hang out with and what stuff I'm getting.
Well, you
My
are.
YouTube is all chicken nugget and me being all like, ooh, hot sauce.
I love chicken nugget. Is hot sauce the squirrel?
I mean, he would be a mean and demanding dom, just like Hamsterville.
Okay. I'm gonna ask. All right, I'm breaking off the current subject and getting on to a different subject that's within the same
I
spectrum.
probably got myself in trouble.
Okay. All right. Furries are
Terrible.
well, yes, but here's a statement. I don't know if I necessarily believe in it or not, but here's a statement. They're too over-sexual.
See, we're gonna differ. I'm the opposite. I'm like, they're not sexual enough.
I'm saying
Like, we are
that when someone finds out that I'm a furry in the IRL space, they go, "Oh, you're a furry? Here are all my fetishes that you did not need to know about."
That just means you need to find better people to talk to, Foxy.
I'm sorry. Have you not been in a public lobby in VR chat before?
Why are you going to public lobbies? That's a terrible idea.
I'm
If
sorry,
I wanted to listen
Stitch.
to an
Have you
11-year-old
not?
blast the N-word,
Have you
clipping all
not?
over the place for 30
Have you
minutes,
not been in a furality lobby with a bunch of
not with other
randos?
people.
Oh my God, you are so closeted. I love this.
I know my interests and very specifically. I am not safe to be around normal people.
Okay. All right. Fair.
I'll just start listing off my booty house track lists, and people will be all like, "We need to like report you and ban you from this instance." I'm like, okay.
That's fine. How much time do you spend in VR chat?
I'm literally usually only on when there's events that I'm running, playing in, or helping out with. So not as often. I've slowly started to be more social in it. Um, I got invited to like a couple private groups that I've been really excited about.
See,
That
now
are
that
very
sounds
sexual.
sexual. Yeah.
Yes,
There it is.
but like it's one of those things where like what people forget for some reason when talking about furries is that we are inherently by circumstances outside of ourselves human fucking beings. And human
Disgusting.
beings, right? And human beings are part of a life cycle. And part of the life cycle is reproduction. And our brains, on the whole, are built around reproduction. So just like every fucking buddy else on the fucking planet, we have, in general, sexual preferences.
Is yours with multiple arms?
I mean, it's so when I bap somebody, they stay bapped.
I mean, like, that's low end on the weird shit. Having
It
more
is.
arms to
It
jerk
is.
you
It's
off,
no
that's
fucking-
fine. I
I'm
can
all the
take
way to
on
the
4
grill.
dudes, 5 if you know what I'm talking about.
Big game hunter.
Big game hunter. I don't know.
But like, it's just one of those things, and it's a spectrum. Some people are over sexualized. Some people are, they have no sex drive. Some people like this. Some people like that. Whatever. And a lot of the fetishes stuff, it overlaps. Foot fetish is not just a furry thing. Vor fetish is not just a furry thing, believe it or fucking not. Like, a lot of it overlaps. Pup play, not a furry fetish.
All right. I feel like furries are something physically unattainable. Obviously, they're at the current juncture.
You just have to get a running start.
Imaginary, right? I mean, with VR, this is the closest we've ever been, right? I would dare say.
I mean, in Second Life.
Yeah, but I can move my hands. I can also see my beautiful little paws. But do you think there's something inherently wrong with that line of thinking and over-sexualizing that? Also, do you feel like a lot of fetishes multiple fetishes, I can't say it. The point is that there are now even more ridiculous imaginary fetishes that come from just being a furry as it is.
No,
it's okay to be with this imaginary role in our heads. Is this not damaging to us as a person?
So there's a bunch of stuff going on. First things first is the separation between kink and fetish.
Ooh, I don't know.
So
the
I know
difference.
I use the term fetish pretty liberally, and most people do. However, the actual fetish is something that you have to have, is a necessity for you to have arousal. Um, Kink are things that you may be into that help and assist.
Oh,
So when
I
we're
did
getting
not know
into
that
like when we're
difference.
getting into like the more psychology aspect of like kink and fetishes, what is and what isn't, well, stuff like that. You know, it's hard to really parse because media has definitely helped throw the fetish word around, and kind of dilute its actual meaning. But as far as thinking we're wacky wild animal people, I don't think so. Like, we've been doing humans as humanology, uh, have been doing weird wacky animal stuff for a long time. Like, surely some Oonga Boonga knuckle dragger, killed a bear, put the bear on top of his head, and ramshackled his cave mistress. Um, so I don't really think there's much difference between like that and what we do. Um, and plus, it's in the realm of fantasy. Like, there ain't nothing like this in the real world. Just period. It just is not a thing. Um, I do think that there is a problem when we start talking about isolation.
Okay,
Because currently within like the zeitgeist of, I know American culture, I don't know other cultures because I'm not exposed to other like countries'
sure.
cultures as a whole. But the isolation of the internet that has put a lot of people into, I think, is enunciated with furry. Um,
Uh-huh.
because not only are you not socializing within normal social circles, um, you're kind of not socializing with anybody.
Well, and then not to
That
mention,
could go the other way too.
yeah. So, like, one of the things that brings to mind is the current YouTube series by a YouTuber called Proximity Chat. They find people in VR, both
Do
furry
they
and
get
non
quieter the
furry.
further away you go?
They yes, but no. They find kind of the worst of the worst. And one notable statement by one young lady, she was being pelted by tomato emojis, and she had phantom allergies. And she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna black out," and that sort of thing. And
Huh.
yeah, I know. And it's that whole behavior is perpetuated by people who are isolated and take that isolation and kind of social misunderstandings and perpetuate it, right?
Huh.
And I'm finding that more and more as I'm online and in VR chat and in furry circles, there is this level of people perpetuating bad or unusual social behaviors. You see what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
one that I know is I boop people.
See, that is a very, very unique behavior in VR chat, especially within the furry community, that I
We got
dislike.
schnoots.
I know, I dislike it. I don't want your fucking hands in my face. But,
But
also, I know as a social, like, I don't know if I have any good social skills, but I know if, like, I go, okay, oh, stop it, you're hurting me, or make a big show of it, they're going to continue to do it. But that's just a behavior that you wouldn't do in the IRL space, unless I
well,
guess.
only if I have the rest of my fingers curled back.
Sure.
Time to boop the snoot.
Bam. I don't know. I just feel like society. We live in a society, but like the fact that we are being so isolated.
First off, I hate that we live in a society.
Well, first off, we live in a society.
I see you also watch the Chuckles.
I can do Chuckles.
D&D game.
I can do Chuckles.
Oh goddamn!
Oh,
Oh,
Gideon! I knew you'd miss me.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, well, because it's like Uncle. It's an impersonation of Uncle Arthur from Bewitched, I think.
Oh, I'm unfamiliar.
Bewitched had Uncle Arthur, who was a witch or warlock, and he was very gay before you were allowed to be gay on TV. You know what I'm saying?
Mork and a Mindy. Yeah, I don't know. It's
I don't know.
I do like the booping is a social behavior that I know that I do, but I'm also tiny, so I can get away with a little bit of stuff. But yeah.
I just think the furry community is very weird.
It's weird. I'm not gonna debate you there. The furry community is weird, but like I'm here for the weirdness. That's why I like it.
I am too, to a degree. But I think ultimately what I've come to the conclusion of is that furry does not necessarily identify me. It's just a thing I like to do. Like I'm just,
it's
I'd
totally
like
fair.
I'm finding less and less just dudes or girls or whatever you want to call them, just people out there that, oh yeah, I have ears and a tail. Yeah, that whatever. You want to watch the latest episode of Pluribus? You know?
The fuck is Pluribus?
Oh, dude. Oh, dude. My new favorite show. You remember?
I've been watching Hell of a Boss.
Hell of a Boss is fine. The Has Been Hotel season 2 finally found pace.
I don't like Has Been. I've been trying to watch it. I don't like Has Been.
Season 2 found pacing. And that's the biggest thing, is they found pacing. They knew they were going to get a season 3. Why are you
singing again?
I know.
Why are you singing again?
I hate musicals.
I don't want singing. Like I can do musicals. They just have to be. They just have to have a point.
Pluribus.
Not to be mean, but like, yeah, I like Hell of a lot. Plus, it has the voice of Zim in it.
What?
Hell of a Boss has the voice actor who did Zim from Invader Zim.
Oh, Richard Horvitz. How do I know this? I don't know.
Because there's bacon in the soap. That's why.
Waffles. Yeah, no. I've been really obsessed and really thinking about it every day about this show called Pluribus. Did you ever see Rick and Morty? Have you ever watched Rick and Morty or Star Trek?
I watched all of Rick and Morty.
Okay, you remember Unity?
I have also watched a lot of Star Trek.
You remember Unity, the hive mind planet?
Yes.
Imagine that, but one person is immune.
And they get to fuck the giraffe. Awesome.
I look forward to that episode. That hasn't happened yet.
That's what happens in Rick and Morty.
That's right. I need like 90 people that look like my dad and a giraffe.
A giraffe.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, okay. So on Rick and Morty, one of my favorite moments on Rick and Morty is when the dinosaurs come in and fix all humanity's problems. Because the dinosaurs are awesome and everybody else is like fucking dumb as rocks.
Right.
But when they're telling humanity to fuck off, we got this, they're all like, make more Marvel movies. You love making those. You have like 17 of them. Take your time and flesh out this Ant-Man character.
Oh, I fucking hate Marvel movies. I hate it.
They're hit or miss. They're hit or miss.
I'm just so I mean, I'm anti superhero. I really am. You know,
For
it's
me,
all the same
for me, like
shit.
I love the Guardians. I did not like most of Thor. I
Um,
love Thor Ragnarok. I hated all of Iron Man. Like it's hit or miss. It has to have good writing in it. If it's not written well,
the
fuck them.
only reason why I watched the Scarlet Witch TV show is because
That was okay.
they had great homages and whatever to old TV that all of it I watched and identified
Oh, yeah.
with. And then I
I
watched
hated the ending of it though.
Oh yeah, no, it was bad. But I did watch the Loki series because it was just
Loki was good.
it was kind of like, a whole nother thing. It didn't really matter. It wasn't.
It was written really well.
It was. I enjoyed it. But yeah.
The guy from Loki season 2, the is he Chinese? I think he's Chinese.
Well, the guy that used to be Short Round in Indiana Jones, and he was
him.
in Everything Everywhere All at Once, my favorite movie.
Yes, him. He was talking about his role in Zootopia 2, where he plays the snake.
Yeah, he's the blue snake.
He played Ouroboros, which is a snake eating its tail. He played Short Round, which is watch out for the snakes. And now he's playing a snake in the Year of the Snake.
Oh, very interesting. I can't remember his name.
I can't either.
He
I'm
also
so
just came back to television or movies.
He's in everything now.
Yeah, he just went from like
he's got a very distinct voice.
I'm a little. Yeah, he does have a distinct voice. I'm a little kid. Fuck all that shit. I'm an adult. Boom. Change the subject. Do you think VR chat's going to be the platform going forward? Do you think it's going to be the thing that we continue to play with for the next 10 years? Or do you think it's going to go down the Roblox chain of awfulness?
I don't think it's going to go down the Roblox chain. Mainly because I don't really see that sort of community in VR chat. Now, mind you, I don't play Roblox. I only know, like, I have developer friends that worked on Roblox.
Mm-hmm.
So my knowledge is secondhand through their experiences, as well as like the news reports and anything on Polygon or Kotaku or whatever.
Sure.
But I don't think that VRChat has a problem of going down the road of Roblox. I do think that they have a problem with technology, especially if we're talking about a time scale of like 10, 15 years.
Okay.
I don't think the technology is going to be this in 10, 15 years. It's going to far surpass all of this.
So
we
you're
will
saying
probably be on a different platform by that time.
So you're saying that they just can't keep up with the emerging technology, or that technology is going to go what? I'm confused.
So when was the last time you played Second Life?
2015, because I forgot that it existed.
The point being is that Second Life, when that came out, that was like okay, it started with Furcadia. Let's go all the way back. So Furcadia was a furry visual chat program. It's still running, still going on. People still love it to this day. But that was seen as the pinnacle of furry communication at that point, because what you had before then was like IRC, and IRC is just raw text, straight up. Then after that was like Second Life, and Second Life was like an end-all thing. Like that was the first time we had like full body furry avatars that you could do stuff and animations and run around, and you could make buildings and put buildings places. The downfall, I think, of Second Life primarily was the game studio itself. The corpo greed of we could get people to pay for things um, definitely was the downfall of that platform. Not saying that things have to be free, but saying that the microtransactionness and how malicious those microtransactions get really put a damper on people's enthusiasm for your product.
The Linden,
Um, the Linden,
the
yes.
first digital currency.
No, that was horse armor from Bethesda.
Oh, right. I forgot. Excuse me. Still shitty and stupid.
The $5 horse armor from Bethesda
Thanks,
for
Bethesda.
for
Fuck you.
Elder Scrolls Oblivion. Yep, that was the first microtransaction DLC.
Oh my god. All right, but go on with your thought. Sorry to distract you.
So one of the things that vrchat has going for them is that they have, from what I've seen, a good developing company
Mm,
that aren't microtransactioning our interactions with the platform into the fucking ground.
right.
Um, so right now there's no limit to how many avatars you can upload.
Correct.
There's no limit to how many worlds you can create and upload.
Correct.
There's no limit of time, how much time you can spend on the platform.
Right.
There's no limit on like all these arbitrary fucking walls that if this was like Meta, if this was EA or any other fucking
They
like
would
corpo,
put up.
yeah, they would nickel and dime. They would squeeze it as hard as they can to get every nickel and dime out of it. And the way that VRChat has structured itself to not be that, I think will propel them forward. However, I'm not sure that they will have the technology to be able to keep up with next coming generations of VR experiences, only because they are using outdated Unity engines. And I don't
Mm,
know Unity itself will be able to have an engine in the future that could support what may be coming down the pipeline with hardware in 10 years.
right. And I'm starting to notice a trend that every video game has VR support. So it's just a matter of time before somebody comes out with a better looking furry engine.
Not gonna lie, Sonar in VR, 100% here for it.
Well, and I think Resonite, is that what it's called currently? Resonite, not Neos. Neos.
Yes, I don't think Resonite will be able, like, the problem that Resonite has is UX.
Thank you. Thank you. That's what I have been screaming about. Clearly, better platform. If you know what you're doing, better platform. But the UX is just shit.
Yeah, if you do not, well, I mean, like, I would argue since it doesn't have a good UX, it is not an inherently a better platform.
Okay, yes. I agree, but you can also just like make shit. I mean, it's cool. It's got all the tools that you could ever want, but the UX is such shit, and that's why their platform is the way it is with the amount of
Yep.
users on it. That
Yep.
if they can get past that and get a UX that works, like if they just do simple versus advanced mode, bam. Because VR chat is
that
the
is one
simple
of the
mode.
things that, well, VRChat has a very good UX. Not only
Yeah.
that, but it has a very easy pipeline. Well, easy-ish pipeline of uploading.
Sure.
Easy-ish.
It's getting
Because it's
easier.
still chunking through fucking Unity, and you still have to have, your 3D design chops and shit like that.
Well, and you have to learn, and you
I
end
will
up
say
learning
Udon
things.
Udon's garbage. I fucking hate Udon.
And I mean, we consistently have problems with Unity all the time. Like right now, like I'm clipping my chest pectoral goes into my fucking arm. Speaking of arms, yours are not lit up on the bottom. I mean,
That's my fault though. I didn't put the coding on it. So the shader, when this shader gets updated, it doesn't update the other shader.
I mean, but you know, there are so many, you know, glitches and stuff like that. I've yet to find
Yeah.
somebody with their perfect avatar.
It does. I mean, and part of that though is that we're not paid game developers either.
Mm-mm.
So we're all just Mima and Papa getting online and putting up this avatar. So like, yeah, for what we do for not getting paid for it, I think is pretty astounding.
Right.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I think that there will be better things in the future than VR chat. I mean, like I said, we're talking 10, 15 years.
Right.
And the average life cycle for a game on a good run is like 2 years. And the fact that VR chat has been around since like
Grand Theft Auto.
2016, right? VR chat?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is pretty amazing. So yeah, like who knows? And VR chat's gone through a lot of updates.
It has.
Like
I mean,
where it was in 2020 is absolutely not where it is now.
I mean, I can't believe I functioned in VR chat during that time. Like, it just so many UI changes that I've just enjoyed. Now,
Oh yeah.
will you plug yourself into the internet if you get to be a furry and feel it? You won't be able to come out.
It depends on how good the sex is.
I think actually, you know what, that's a good point. That's a good point. I think that's where I want to end things. I think that's where I want to end things. I think I am with you 100% on that front.
That Johnny Mnemonic, like I only got 2 gigabytes of memory, but it gotta be good.
He had 40 gigabytes uploaded to his brain. He was going to explode. I could put 40.
That's like what, 2 JPEGs?
There's 2 JPEGs. Yeah, I can put 40 gigabytes up my fucking asshole now these days. And it's Bluetooth.
$15 at Micro Center is like 126 gig flash drive.
Stitcharoo, thank you so much for talking to me today. It's gone down a rabbit hole I didn't expect, but I'm pretty excited about what we've talked about and how it all turned out.
And the blackmail you now have.
Oh, there's no blackmail if I just post it online. I'll share the video with you first before I post it. Anything you want to plug before we go?
I don't really have anything to plug. I sometimes stream on Twitch when I'm playing a game I like.
Twitch link here on the screen now. Did you see it? It just went by like poop poop. It was there. I hope you caught it. It will not be in the description. Thanks, Stitch.